Hey, we're back. I'm John, and I'm here with Dr. Edna, and we're Wealth and Wisdom. So Wealth and Wisdom is a coaching and consulting firm dedicated to personal growth and leadership development of oneself as a parent, as a spouse, and a leader. And so we're coming back today with another encouraging conversational topic that we would like to share with you today.
Yes, so our topic for today is leadership and ... personal growth. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to talk a little bit about personal growth because I am a certified coach with the Maxwell Leadership Certified Team. And one of the things that he calls himself Papa John during our training. And so one of the things that John Maxwell teaches in his books and in his training is that growth doesn't just happen. That you have to be intentional about your growth. You have to be focused, and you really have to put time and effort and discipline into the thought about what is it going to take for you to grow. And growth doesn't end. That is, it's always ongoing. So we're just going to talk a little bit about what we're doing personally for our personal growth to ensure that we're continuing to grow as leaders. As you all know, both my husband and I are in leadership positions in K through 12. I'm at the college level, and it's important for us to ensure that as individuals that we are equipped and that we have the knowledge and information that we need on a personal level to add value to the lives of those who we serve in our leadership positions. So you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing for personal growth?
So for personal growth for me, one of the things is reflecting. And so John Maxwell mentions in one of his books is allow time to reflect so growth can catch up with you. Again, so allow time to reflect to allow growth to catch up with you. So during my reflection time, it helps me to look at my leadership on some things that I need to revise, some things I need to revisit, some things I need to recalibrate on, just because I lead almost 900 individuals, whether that's students, faculty, and staff on my campus. And so I'm always looking at different ways on how to better serve the community that I lead. And so taking time to reflect to allow my growth to catch up with me is important for me to be a leader, because I have a leadership team of almost 20 individuals that I have to lead as well. And so they're depending on me for leadership, for guidance, for vision and direction. So I have to make sure I carve out that time in my week or in my day to allow growth to catch up with me through reflection.
Yeah. And as he was talking, one of the things that I'm doing, I'm actually doing two things. And I'm inviting external perspectives into my world, which is not something that I typically do. John is my best friend, and so it's usually he and I talking. But for my personal growth right now, I'm working with a coach. So I am a certified coach, and so as a coach, I believe it's important to also have a coach. So I work with this person to provide an external, objective insight into the information that I'm sharing, because I know, if I'm talking to people who I know, like John or my sisters or whoever, they're going to give me feedback based off of what they know about me and the history that we have, and they've got context. But I like talking to somebody who doesn't have any context, doesn't know me, and I can just say, here's the situation. Let's talk through it. Let's talk, and so now y'all know me. Now, if I'm a coach and I've been trained, now I'm assessing how she coaching me. I probably shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. But anyway, so that's one thing that I'm doing, that I have a personal coach. And then the other thing that I'm doing is that I have a mentor. I have many, many mentors that I have had throughout the years. God has really blessed me in that area to be able to learn and glean from some amazing mentors. And I have one mentor right now who I meet with on a monthly basis. I meet with her on a monthly basis to just kind of talk through where I am, listening for the guidance that she's giving, the wisdom that she's giving, and just being grateful for the time and effort that she puts into meeting with me every month for the last year, that she has committed to me and been dedicated to me in that way. And so I really value those relationships, those conversations, to be able to contribute to my personal growth. And I do recommend for you all that, if you don't have a coach, get you one. I am one. I might not be the right person for you, because we're going to talk about the Lord and we're going to talk about Jesus. I might not be the one. But hey, get you a coach, get you a mentor, and somebody who can listen to you objectively, and then give you words of wisdom and insight to walk this journey with you. That's one of the things that we were talking about just in our personal growth journey, is having somebody to walk the journey of life with you, that you don't have to do it by yourself. And that, you know, it is really important for you to focus on, okay, well, who can I walk this journey with, who can add value to my life, to add to me, not to subtract from me.
And then with reflecting and then walking along this life with you, leadership can be scary. Personal growth can be scary. But as leaders, we have to do it scared. So in that process of doing it scared, you have to evaluate, you have to assess how you can move forward in addressing a situation or a matter, but you still have to move forward in it. I remember initially when I was an assistant principal, I was assistant principal for a year, then an opportunity presented itself for me to become a principal. I had to step into that principal role, nervous because things were uncertain. But as I got into the role, I started reflecting. I started to look at the different processes and procedures and things that are in place and making adjustments where needed to be to move forward, to lead more confidently. As a result of reflecting, I was able to move forward in that direction of leading the school. And so throughout that time, throughout my tenure as a leader, as me taking time to reflect and allow growth to catch up with me, the school started growing as well. And so over the 3-year period of me leading that school, the school is now a B. The school hadn't been a B since 2010. And so just that growth and reflecting and stepping out on faith and doing it scared, yes, the school grew under my leadership. And so when you grow, your team grows and the organizations that you lead grows as well.
Yeah, that was really good. And he mentioned the word confidence, which made me think about, I saw something, I think it was on LinkedIn, that just talked about sometimes when you get in a leadership position that you can experience some level of self-doubt or imposter syndrome. And I actually just did a series on self-doubt detox and helping the individuals who were participating in the program think through, what does that mean? How do I navigate through that? And what is a personal development plan that I can put into play for myself to conquer and eradicate self-doubt from my life and to detox that? And that really starts with your frame of thinking and what you're thinking about. So, you know, I just think that it's important that, you know, if you're in a job or in a position and it's new to you, you might experience some level of self-doubt, but just know that it's not because you're incompetent and it's not because you don't have it together. It's really because it's just new to you and that it's gonna take time. And sometimes the job changes faster than you can catch up with it, which then makes you feel like you ain't never got your stuff together because the job keep changing. But you don't think that it's the job that keeps changing. You think that you just don't got your stuff together. But it is the job, it is the position, it is the demands of what are being put on you that might look very different than the person who had the role before you. Maybe like in my case, the last 3 positions that I've had have been inaugural. There's been no one in the positions that I've been in. So I've had to create and I've had to be a trailblazer and I've had to think from scratch on what does this look like and what does this mean. And so don't allow self-doubt and imposter syndrome to become a norm for you and to become part of your world and part of your vocabulary when you're thinking about personal growth. Acknowledge, you know, that is there and it might be a struggle and you may need someone like a coach or a mentor to help you to navigate through it, but that does not have to become a norm for you.
And before we wrap, one of the key things that I heard you state there from what resonated with me was personal growth requires change. Personal growth requires change. So things may be different because you had no precedent before, but it requires change. So as you move forward, as you grow, and as you expand, it's going to require some adjustments and change to help build your capacity as a growth leader.
There you have it. That's it for today with leadership and ... personal growth. So you know where you can find us. info@wealthandwisdomlive.com or wealthandwisdomlive.com is our website, or at Wealth and Wisdom Live on both Facebook and Instagram. So we hope that you will continue to join us for these conversational topics about leadership and ... You'll help us fill in the blank. Join us and give us some feedback. Let us know if there are some things that you want to hear about, and we hope that you'll continue to join us on this journey. Have a good one.